Welcome to the number one friendship podcast in the country. I'm Aaron Karo.
I'm Matt Ritter.
And make sure to go to manoftheyearpodcast.com to grab our merch and watch our full episodes on YouTube. And if you're watching our episodes on YouTube, you can see that I'm wearing our merch, our We Should Be Friends hat. So, Matt, I want to go back to one of our earliest conversations. I'm still ranting about this because it's still happening to me. This is my bugaboo. This is my peccadillo, neither of which are the correct terms.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, let's not
Neither
use
are the correct terms.
anymore.
But we have new listeners, so I think I need to impart this. When you are being introduced on a professional level for networking, or to a new friend, or to a romantic partner, a setup, that introduction has to be what, Matt?
Two ways.
Double opt-in.
Double opt-in. I know.
Double opt-in. Please, Man of the Year fandom, whose name we don't have yet, our Modi fans, double opt-in.
Explain that.
Both parties that you're introducing need to know and consent that they're being introduced to each other. My buddy just gave my number to his friend who is like a financial advisor. And this just called me, and then he emailed me, and I'm like, I don't even know who you are. And if I did, I wouldn't have consented to this. I just got a girl's number from my friend. Oh, I want to set you with this girl. She never told the girl that she gave me her number.
So you call this happened to you twice in a week. One, a financial advisor who you had to be like, look, I don't have anything for you. And a girl who's like, I don't have anything for you.
It's just so presumptuous. It also doesn't make for good connection. And I just you got to double. I mean, you would never, have you ever single?
Listen, I agree with you. I just think people are not thinking about it.
Exactly.
They think they're doing a good thing. For the most part, they're doing it usually it's a good thing. You're trying to connect people. But they also don't want to be, some people don't want to be bothered.
Well, you know what I famously said? People do thoughtless things. No, people do thoughtful things thoughtlessly.
That's very good.
Let's say let's talk about friendship real quick, then we'll get to our topic. Let's say you had a buddy who just moved to Philly and you have a friend in Philly. You would never just give your buddy, oh, hey, Jim, my friend Jimmy lives in Philly. Here's his number.
Right. Sometimes I do, though, actually, when I know the person who will take the call already kind of has my general buy-in for like referrals, right? Like a lawyer referral or something. I just say, hey, let them know Matt sent you. There's definitely, so I don't totally agree with you because I do think certain people, like for me, you can have people, if you say, like, oh, tell them I sent, if you sent somebody my way and you didn't do that, tell them Karo sent you for something, I wouldn't be mad, It's
for what purpose? For friendship?
I'm saying depends on the purpose, right? I guess it depends on the purpose.
Well, Matty boy, I think that's outrageous.
I
mean, if you're in a referral business, okay, tell Matt I sent you, fine. But like in normal, polite society, double opt-in.
I mean, yes, again, I agree with you in theory, but again, you're here on the spectrum. I'm here. Most people are somewhere in there. A lot of people just aren't as annoyed by it. And so I don't want to stop people from doing it at all. It's like some people are just going to be like, the first thing they think of is like, oh, let me text this person your info, right? Like, I don't know. I met a woman in the neighborhood with a small kid. And I was like, oh, you got to meet my wife. I just put her on a chain with my wife. You know what I mean? Like it's not all, oh, you have to introduce people and make sure they want the intro. Like I think a lot of times people well enough to know that it's fine. That's my take.
So you know how the spouse is not obligated to testify against you in court. I suppose the other way is a spouse is exempted from the double opt-in. Like you don't have to double opt-in your spouse.
But I'm saying I think there are some relationships, friendship-wise, where depending on, I think it's a little context dependent to just say everything has to be double opt-in. I think dating setups definitely double opt-in, right? What's the other one? Financial advisor to double opt-in.
Yeah, I wouldn't give some writer your number and just not even tell you.
Yeah.
So,
but I think like they're in some social casual situations. I'm not going to stick to the double opt-in.
I'm hard and fast, double or nothing, as I say.
Double or nothing.
As I say. All right, Matt. We have I think a pretty upbeat topic today for once. Usually it's doom and gloom. Actually, that's not true. It's a little of everything.
Say it's 80-20 happy, 20
Yeah,
gloom.
that's true.
Because we're trying to fix the problem. I mean,
that's true. No, you're right. Because friendship is a happy topic that sometimes has some things that need to be improved. But I wanted to wish you a happy friendiversary. So
ours?
yeah, so this episode will probably air like late summer, early fall. We famously met in second grade, 1986, which means it's been lost to time, but probably September 86.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be September.
August, September 86.
No. Back then, schools didn't start in August. They started in September. That's another pet peeve, separate story.
Late September. And so this is our 39th friendiversary. Happy friendiversary.
Happy friendiversary.
And I just thought we should talk about friendiversaries, how to define them, should we celebrate them, and should it be on par with romantic anniversaries and work anniversaries?
Can we back up? Did you make up friendiversary? No. Or was that like Yeats from 3,000 years ago?
Yeats. Wasn't it Yeats?
I forget now. Ask Claire. Ask Bombay Claire.
I actually did a little dig. Well, I didn't do digging because I want to know how to spell it. The accepted spelling is friend and then friendiversary.
So I already spelled it wrong on the record.
I know. It's fine.
Remind me when this airs to change it.
And so I didn't invent it. It's been around for a while, celebrating the beginning of a friendship. Now, first things first, you and we need to come up with a definition. Now, I propose that it's the first time you've met someone, even if you didn't become friends. What do you think about that?
So you're saying like if you met somebody in 2010, like at a party, but then you didn't really hang out until 2012, you would call 2010 the friendiversary?
Oof. Honestly, you poked holes right away.
I mean, here's the thing. Jesse and I, well, now we're married, so we have a wedding anniversary, so it's a finite one, but we had made up our anniversary of when we started dating, actually. It wasn't when we had met.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So when we did like our 1 year anniversary, our anniversary was always October 14th. Yeah.
Because didn't you do pumpkin carving?
That was our first date. So that was So so maybe it should be like the first friend date.
I mean, I suppose if you meet someone in passing, I don't know. So I have a disputed friendiversary with my buddy Shane. We dispute where we first met. Two old haunts, Matt, if you can remember them. One was the dark room. Remember the dark room?
Oh yeah. Is that not around anymore?
I think it went out of business years ago. You famously left your credit card there and then never went back.
Ran away, ran down the block because there was no money on that card.
And then I say we met at Q's. Have you ever been to Q's?
Oh, it's the most legendary college bar in Brentwood.
Yeah, I mean, how many college bars are there in Brentwood? But yes,
one, Q's.
Yeah. So we've disputed a friendiversary, but we met through you and I's great friend Jeff. So it's like, do we count like that first time we had a drink with a mutual friend and didn't even have each other's number? Or do we count 3 years ago and we became really close?
This is a tough one. I mean, I like the longer for the friendiversary. Yeah. Then you get to extend, But it is, how long have you been friends, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
So it does feel like, and I think that can be early on. It doesn't have to be like, hey, the first time we did something alone together without Jeff, probably that first beer together.
Yeah, that's actually, I wasn't expecting to go that way in this, but this is actually a good question, Matt, which is, when does friendship begin from conception?
Right. I don't know, because sometimes I immediately hit it off with somebody and it's like, it's on from conception.
Yeah.
But then other people, it's like you meet them at a party, you hit it off in a convo a little bit. You don't really know them. and then then you go out together, right? You make a plan and you get together, and then you're like, now we're friends. I know you never have the official convo. Are we friends?
Yeah, we don't have a what are we?
What are we? Acquaintances?
I think solo hang is probably the beginning. Um,
Some people I've never had a solo hang with that are my friends, though.
I was I was just gonna say that. Or maybe but you've texted. Have you ever You must have texted them on
Right.
their.
Yeah.
Um, I wrote down a couple of my favorite friendiversaries. One that you know about famously was Fireball Adam. We had a general meeting, which for those not in Hollywood,
Yeah.
that's when you just kind of have a meeting with someone else just to get to know each other. It's October 5th, 2011. And we completely hit it off. 5 years later, I was speaking at his wedding.
Pretty good.
So that's an epic friendiversary. And I can't remember if I ever mentioned this on the pod. My friend Claire, different Claire, June 12th, 2018, we were on a tour bus in Israel. This is like day 3, big bus, a lot of people. She came to the back row where I was posted up in the back, and she said, "Can I sit with you because I hate everybody else on the bus?" What an opening line!
That's
What
great.
an opening line! So those are two. Of course, I have an insane algorithm, as you call it, calendar, where I'm
Yeah.
right every time.
You're making me think of mine. I mean, I guess the only like super memorable ones are like with Rose, we both cried our first day of school. So that's obviously a pretty legendary friendiversary, but I hid my tears.
You said you hid your tears.
I hid mine. Yeah, I let him take the brunt of being known as the kid who cried the first day.
Did you actually remember second grade?
I just bits and pieces. Like I just remember playing kickball in his yard over his pool. I remember Mrs. Sorkin.
Oh yeah.
I remember her saying, I don't know if I'm going to be around to the year 2000. And I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Right. Wow. 1986, man. The Mets. What a year.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, friendiversaries. That's a good. It makes you feel good if you start. I love this. I want to start texting people happy friendiversary.
I love it. Well, that was my next thing. I was talking about should we and can we and how do we celebrate friendiversaries? Because I'm guessing most guys are like, well, this is dumb, or I don't know when I met this guy, or who cares?
Yeah.
But Matt, isn't our whole raison d'etre to come up with reasons, excuses, systems
Absolutely.
for guys to hang out? And
I'm all in on any time we can come up with a silly reason to even talk to your friends.
Right.
Like, just a reason to just be able, you're sitting there with your phone and you're going, I don't have anything. I got nothing. You got your phone by your ear. You go, I'd like to talk to. I got nothing. I don't have anything to say. Well, how about happy friendiversary? And they'll be like, what? Yeah, man. We met at Q's. No, we didn't. We met at the dark room. Okay, well, whatever, man. Let's go get a drink. It's our friendiversary.
I love it. We should go back to one of those places.
Yeah. Right. It's not open.
What do you propose? Sorry.
No.
What do you propose? Okay, let's just say most guys probably have no clue when they met someone. Just make it up like you did with Jess.
Make it up. We made up our dog's birthday. I mean, come on.
I love that.
Nobody knows when their dog was born, for the most part.
This is uplifting but dark. I'm sorry. I just read this article before I got on about this Holocaust survivor still alive, 100 years old. He celebrates his birthday on the day he was liberated.
I love that. And a lot of those people from that gen, they don't know when they were born.
Yeah. Well, he knows when he was born. He's like,
I like that. Oh, he just was like, that's when I was reborn.
Exactly.
Do people who are born again celebrate their born again birthdays?
I don't want to wade into difficult waters, but what is that? What is born again?
I think it's when you cleanse your your whole soul. I just made that up completely.
Right. You I think you promised your God, two Jews talking about born again Christians. But I imagine it's like
be born again, yeah. Spiritual transformation, yeah. A new beginning with their relationship with God.
Got it. I mean, it's like
repentance, acceptance from. I remember George Bush was a born again Christian, and I remember because it was like, oh, you get to wipe away all your DUIs. Count me in.
Yeah, we don't really do do we do repenting or anything like that?
No, we don't actually. That's it.
We atone.
Right. Atone. Oh, is atonement and repenting the same thing?
I don't know. God, we are
Oh my God.
difficult.
Is atonement and repentance the same thing? Distinct but interconnected. Atonement refers to the act of making amends for wrongdoing involving sacrifice or payment to reconcile with a higher power. Repentance, on the other hand, is the human response of remorse and turning away from sin and towards righteousness. While atonement is often seen as God's action to restore humanity's relationship with him, repentance is the human process of acknowledging and turning away from sin.
No, we cover a lot of stuff on this pod. I wonder, Matt, have we ever coined born again friendship?
No, but I like it. That's good. Let's do an episode about that.
Yeah. It's washing. All right, why don't we save that? Should we take a listener question?
Karo.
We'll be right back. Okay, guys, this is asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question or ethical dilemma, send it to us on Instagram at Man of the Year Podcast, and we will answer it on the show, and we can anonymize it if you'd like. Okay. Dear Matt and Karo, last week was the 11-year Friendiversary. This is a woman, by the way. 11-year Friendiversary of me and my best friend meeting in college. A milestone we've always celebrated with dinner, or at the very least, a call. This year, she completely forgot. No text, no acknowledgement, nothing. And I feel like weirdly hurt, especially since I made a big effort on our 10th Friendiversary last year, and we both had a blast. Am I overreacting, or should I bring this up?
You know, I was thinking about this. I do feel there is a bit of a hangover after a big anniversary or a big birthday, right? Like a 50th birthday or a 40th birthday or 21st birthday. For some reason, I don't know, we all kind of then just go, oh, well, we did that big one. So the year after is like, bleh, I could skip it.
Hangover.
Like, right? There is a weird psychological thing. And maybe that's what's happening here. I don't know all the details, but that was the first thing that hit me, right? Doesn't that happen to a lot of people?
Be honest, Matt. Have you ever forgotten one of your anniversaries?
My wedding anniversary now.
Or when you were dating, a dating anniversary or anything like that?
I'm sure. Actually, wait.
Here we go. Here we go, guys. Matt is covering his face with his hands.
Both Jesse and I forgot our wedding anniversary right after Brenner was born. And we only remembered because Nikki, her sister, had sent us the stuff or called us. You
guys are like Will Ferrell in Old School.
Why? What did he do?
He goes, "Did you forget your birthday again?" Oh, I forgot my birthday.
I mean, it was 2 months in, after a new baby, and just, and then Nikki was like, "Happy anniversary." We were like, "Is it?" She was like, "Is it?" So yes, I'm a liar. I forgot very recently, but so did Jess.
Yeah, and then 2 months after your firstborn, totally fine. If you both forgot it, I don't think it counts as forgetting.
Well, she's not big on that kind of stuff, but necessarily.
Like you always say she's not very. What's the word?
Gifting. She's not nostalgic as much as I am.
Yeah, because you're quite nostalgic.
I am.
She's kind of like living the now, and you're like,
yeah, I'm like living the '90s alt rock second tier band era for life. Just give me Toad the Wet Sprocket tickets, and I'll just be there at some like random bar in Oceanside.
I think what you're saying, the hangover, definitely true. I mean, true for everything. I mean, even if celebrating a 40th birthday, you're not going to go hard on your 41st.
Right.
I do like this because of the analogy to forgetting an anniversary. It's not really about the anniversary. It's about, what's the word? It's like an important part of your friendship. It's just like overlooking them or making them feel forgotten. It's not about the actual date.
Not at all.
I think this calls for a tongue-in-cheek text, like a happy birthday or no, a happy anniversary, and she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot," or something like that.
I agree. I think this calls even more so for a how did we forget that?
Well, one person didn't forget it. The other person did.
Well, but I'm saying, how did it's both? It's on both of you. If you didn't plan it together, so I think it's. I'm saying the better move.
Hmm.
Like, yes,
Oh, oh.
got it. So maybe you remembered, but you didn't activate it. So here's the thing: something's going on with your communication. So you shouldn't feel awkward about if it was the week before and nothing got planned. You should have said something then, right? Because now you have a beef or a gripe that you didn't need to have because you didn't communicate. Right? That happens a lot. And so now, okay, so we're dealing with the aftermath. I think you should just bite the bullet and be like, I can't believe we both dropped the ball on that. Just let it go. Don't, instead of putting it on the person. If what you want is to maintain this tradition, I wouldn't like turn it into a like a an issue.
It's God, someone used some term. I can't remember, but this is like a benign white lie.
Right.
We both forgot.
Very benign. I think it is some. I think like a lot of times people don't use a benign white lie, and instead they create friction. And I think friendship, if you want a healthy friendship, like you should not add unnecessary friction.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wonder if, by the way, it's a friendiversary. Just celebrate it now.
Well, that's the thing. We were just saying make up dates, right? It's like, oh, should we just change it to this month now? Does that work better for you?
Right.
Right? Oh, does August work better for you for our friend anniversary? The other thing is too, there is a chance that this person is not into it anymore. And that brings up a question that I think is more relevant to our listeners. It isn't about forgetting. I think it's about what do you do when somebody's just not into this ritual that you had before?
Right. Well, it's this seems like we'll just extrapolate it. I feel like in this case, it's just they forgot.
Probably for nothing, but I'm just saying, I think that's the question that our listeners probably want the answer to, right? Like, what do you do when somebody isn't into a ritual anymore?
Right. Like you and I just had this conversation. I mean, this is coming out a little bit later, but we used to do a July 4th
Yeah.
ritual. That didn't happen this year, just
Yeah.
kind of faded away. The person who was planning it was like, I got, it's too much to work. Yeah, we actually haven't talked about the end of rituals that much. It's like either someone's got to take on the mantle,
Yeah.
right? Because for planners, if the planner doesn't want to plan it, then the other people got to step up, the fanners.
Yeah. 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 I mean, look, again, let's not panic. I just think this is a more relevant question, right? Rituals evolve, people's schedules evolve, their interests change, their energy change. That doesn't mean the friendship is dead, right? I think you do need to check the meaning behind the miss, right? Like we just do need to know a little more about the miss. And you know, if this ritual stops, like, is your connection healthy? Is this the only thing hanging it together? Right? Again, like our annual dinner is a great tradition, but it's not the only thing that keeps our friend group together.
Can you imagine if someone forgot?
Just like completely forgot Luger's impossible. It's impossible.
Did I ever tell this story? This is Returnian. Back in my Coachella days, we had a big group of going to Coachella every year.
Yeah.
10, 15 people from all across the country. And we had a group thread. One of the guys' brothers are part of the group. So Chuck's brother, Carl,
Yeah.
he shoots the whole gang a text. Yo, dudes, I couldn't get a direct, so I'm going to lay over in Denver on my way to Indio. We're like, bro, Coachella's next weekend.
Oh my God.
He goes, I thought it was the same weekend of the Masters. We're like, why would you think that?
People mess up schedules, man. Well, there is 2 weekends of Coachella. I mean, that's the thing. Why are there 2 weekends?
He missed them both.
No, well, yeah, that's a problem.
Returning in his flop.
Oh my God, that's truly incredible.
So he had to, he had little kids. He had to ask for the weekend off and then ask for another weekend off.
So what did he? Oh, you went again?
He came for the real thing. Yeah.
Oh my God. But I mean, look, sometimes people don't want to keep doing the ritual. I mean, people's interests change. Their, desire to do this thing change. It can be tough sometimes, but if they still want to be friends, sometimes, you need to know what's going on.
Yeah, I think we can separate the ritual from the friendship. I don't think,
Yeah.
again, we don't have much from this question. I don't think the
Yeah,
other person is like, we're not friends anymore. You know,
right. That's what I'm saying. All you need to, you just joke about it and just be like, you want to get together Tuesday?
yeah, yeah, or just not say anything.
Yeah, but then if you're longing, if you're missing this ritual, I just think it's going to be bothering you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so keep the friction low. Deploy a benign white lie if needed, and keep the friendship strong.
Yeah. Or you could create it easier if there's a different, I mean, that does seem like an easy one, once a year dinner, but sometimes the ritual is, not fitting into somebody's schedule. So maybe you need to tweak the ritual.
Right. Yep. 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 All right, guys, that was asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question or ethical dilemma, send it to us on Instagram and we will answer it on the show. All right, Matt, any other thoughts about Friendiversaries? Any celebration ideas? Do you go full, banner, happy 10th or
I
whatever?
think there's something funny. Like, this isn't that, but you remember when we went to Life is Young and Adam made the T-shirts with all of us as kids? I think
When
there's
we were
something.
young.
Yeah, when we were young, I think there's something funny. Fireball, Adam. I think there's something funny about, if it's a longer friendship, like doing something related to your year that you met. Remember when
Mm.
you had that party and we put the year everybody met Karo on the T-shirt? So like, if you could do something related to 2010 or 1986 or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think a good little some photos from through the
Yeah.
years is fun. And if this is actually giving me an idea. Dark room is closed, but maybe me and Shane should get a drink at Q's.
Yes. I like that.
Celebrate our initial meeting.
Yeah. I mean, like, should we go to Plainview? Should we go to Jamaica Avenue, you and I, and just get a drink at Jamaica Avenue?
Gosh,
It's closed, right?
no, it's open. I think
No.
it's daycare or
Oh, okay.
something.
So yeah, we're not going to go
Um,
drink at Jamaica Avenue.
yeah, yeah. I was, as you know, I was just back in our hometown, Plainview, Long Island. I'm not often back like in the summer, so it was very verdant. Like it had rained, it was very green. It was looking good. It was looking good. When I'm there in the
Oh no,
winter, I'm
it's
like,
lush. It's lush in the summer. Isn't there a big not like a preserve or reserve? What's that? What's that big preserve?
didn't we have a whole debate
I know.
about
Is it a reserve? But isn't there a big one in Plainview or
well,
Bethpage?
you talking about the sump?
No, I'm not talking about the sump next to my house. I grew up next to a sump. Everybody. No,
Is
I'm
there a
just
nature
joking. It
reserve?
makes a great neighbor. No, it doesn't, Mom. You know what makes a great neighbor? A neighbor. Uh, no. There was like a preserve in Old Bethpage on the Old Bethpage side.
so like animals and shit
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think so. Near Round Swamp. Am I making this up?
It sounds vaguely familiar. I mean, that was the nicer part of town, so I don't know. We didn't really
Yeah,
like
yeah. Do we have any
interact.
nicer part of town, Old Bethpage people who can tell us what I'm talking about? Was there a preserve or reserve? Preserve?
But it would be funny. I don't know if we'll ever be back in Plainview at the same time, but it would be funny just to get a picture. Go back. I mean, we'll probably get arrested, but go back to our elementary school,
I think we should.
get a little friend anniversary photo.
Yeah.
Any other friend anniversaries? You recently met your buddy Dan. Like,
Yeah.
do you know that date? You don't know the date.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do. I do. Exactly. Thanks to us. It was the night of our first holiday party.
Oh, because he came that you met him and he came
I
that
met
night.
him that day in our strollers with our newborns, and we
Okay.
got talking. We hit it off, and I was like, "If you want to come to this party, you don't really know that many people in LA. There's gonna be a lot of fun people here because they had just moved to LA."
Do you
We
know the
showed up.
exact spot on the sidewalk?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was right on the corner of First
Well, we
and
don't
North.
need to give your exact location to the.
Chase Bank, outside of the Chase. No, it was literally in the middle of the street. We had to stop. We had to move to one side. You know when you meet somebody and you're in the middle of a crossing and you start talking, you're like, what do you?
Oh.
One of you has to walk to the other way if you want to keep that convo going.
I've had that. I mean, this is just a life thing. Like when you actually need to go somewhere, you're in a rush, but you meet someone. They're like, oh my god, but I'm like, I have to go, or I'm in the car, I'm driving. Like I got to move.
Right. I know. We need to create a better phrase or something. It's like okay, bad time, do this again. Something, like
Yeah.
bad time. Text me. We'll make it happen.
Right. All right, great. Well, guys, tell us about your friendiversaries. Do you have an epic friendiversary with one of your buddies, and what have you done to celebrate? All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Always remember, be good to yourself, be good to your friends. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.